Welcome. This is the Morgellons Call of the Week. It is Sunday, September 19th, 2021, and this is the Q&A section of our call. We're going to open lines one at a time for people to comment or question on either eyelids, which was the topic today, or whatever they have a question about. So let's go for it.
Nick, your line is open, Nick.
Oh, how you doing, Rich? How you doing, Robin? I noticed I'm taking Doxepin for, I guess, for other reasons besides what I have, and I'm trying to find out I ran out of it, unfortunately, and I feel more mitigation now. Could that be a factor? I know you're not doctors or anything like that. I'm getting it tomorrow, but
you're asking what is the question about Doxepin?
He ran out.
I'm taking that. That was helping me with my mitigation, with the biting and the itching, and now the biting came back and the itching came back a little more. So I've been bathing with apple cider vinegar and the blotting soap and stuff like that, and I've been staying back to stage 1 because I felt that the mitigation came back a little more, so I got a little concerned about that.
What other medication are you on? Are you on ORAP or anything else of that nature?
No, I'm on Abilify too.
Abilify, okay. Well, it's my understanding that Doxepin really doesn't play a role other than to help reduce anxiety, and so maybe yes.
I took Doxepin for a while, not for anxiety, as part of the protocol, and it actually helped me tremendously. It's just that it was too strong a drug for me. I kind of turned into a zombie.
Really?
Yeah, but it helped. I mean, all activity in my body stopped. So I would think if you ran, and it's not something you want to just suddenly stop either. I mean, you should do it gradually, but yes, it will have. If Doxepin is one of the ones that actually has helped you, then you will notice a big difference when you stop. And maybe it doesn't help everybody, but it helped me tremendously. I just didn't.
Okay, that it doesn't affect dopamine levels, so it's good that it's beneficial then.
Yeah.
I always had the impression that it helped reduce the anxiety, which again, too, anxiety is a part of the stress response, and when we're stressed out, we're going to have more parasitic activity. So it does work that in that way. But so the best thing is to get back in touch with that doctor. I presume you're going to do that and get a refill.
Right.
Yeah, I got a refill. It's just a matter they closed on Friday. They closed early, so I couldn't get it on the weekend, so I was kind of in the gym. They open up back tomorrow, so I can get it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. You need to get a pharmacy that's open Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Like Walgreens.
Yeah, since we are talking a little technical here, again, I go over the FDA guidelines. The FDA requires me to inform everybody before you start the diet or accept any of our recommendations, you're to discuss them with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems that you're presently experiencing. The AMA also requires me to inform you that we are not here to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. We're not trained to do that. We can only educate, and that is our primary purpose here, is to educate you how to utilize the diet to get your life back, how to clean them out of your body, your skin, and out of your environment, and use targeted supplements to get your life back. I need to get one of those guys that they use on the commercials for automobiles, to deliver that. So, okay, who else has a question? Chris?
Oh, I just have a question, and it's mostly about the supplements and the medications and everything. Does it weaken if it gets hot? Like if it's hot, I have nowhere else to really go when it gets hot other than my car. And sometimes, when I'm at the store, going to the grocery store, I can't really control the temperature of the vitamins and medications. I have to leave them in the car. So does that affect the medicine in any way or the vitamins in any way if it gets hot?
I don't really know.
Yes, it can. It can. In fact, some medicines need to be refrigerated. Some tell you to keep them in a cool, dry place. But heat can always affect things. You should try not to keep them where it's going to be super hot if possible.
Yeah, you should read the label. Should tell you where you should store them and what right.
I try putting them in a cooler, but sometimes it doesn't work that well. It's kind of because I'm in between homes, in between places of living, so I have to travel for 5 hours to go back and forth, and sometimes I just can't help it. It just happens. I just wanted to know if it affected it.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the medications and their effectiveness with various temperatures. Only go by what your label says or what your doctor says.
Right.
Yeah, as far as the vitamins go, it's probably the same too. And your products.
Anything. For instance, we sell enzymes for digestive enzymes, and it was hot during the summer. And
yes, it still is.
I asked my supplier, because we keep them in the refrigerator when we get them, and I asked my supplier if there was going to be a problem, because it takes a week to get from the West Coast to the East Coast, and he said, no, there won't be a problem unless they're out in that temperature for like 30 days, so 7 days was fine. So less critical probably with vitamins and enzymes. And if anything would be an issue, I would think it would be enzymes, because they're live organisms.
Right.
Okay.
And everything
I had
longer than the expiration date. Everything lasts longer than the expiration date.
Right.
I did the ivermectin and the albendazole and all the parasitic medication, and they gave me a lot of it, so I have a lot extra. He had me taking it like 2 weeks and then stopping, and then going to the antifungal medicine for 2 weeks and then stopping, and then going back to the parasitic medication. And I did that for like 3 months, and during the 3 months, it kind of got stuck in the car a few times with all the other stuff I was taking. So I just wondered.
Are you dealing with skin parasites? Do you know what you're dealing with?
I was dealing with just about everything: antifungal, the skin parasites, I had a dental infection. I had the teeth pulled out, and I feel 50% better just by having the teeth pulled out. So.
We here are only here for skin parasites, Morgellons.
Yeah, that's what I'm fighting now is the skin parasites, the itching in my scalp and the eyelids. That's why I joined the conversation, because I'm having it. Yeah, it's coming out because it usually does it about once a month when the moon's full. I've noticed.
Well, I have a couple of questions for you. Are you on the diet?
I haven't taken the diet. I've cut way back on the sugar. I don't hardly have any sugar in the diet at all. I eat a lot of meat. The carbohydrates are hard.
Are you familiar with the King diet? Do you know what it is? Do you know what you can have and what you can't have? Are you familiar with it?
I started reading the book, and I started buying the food this weekend. I'm going to start implementing the diet as soon as I get down to Austin.
Regarding skin parasites, I can't address the other issues that you mentioned, but regarding skin parasites, everything you've done has been a waste of time until you're on that diet. I don't care about ivermectin. I don't care about albendazole. If you've got skin parasites, they're going to do nothing until you're on the diet. Once you're on the diet, all those medications are going to work beautifully for you.
Okay.
Also, I want to say, ivermectin is a very strong drug, and you need to use it under prescription, and you need to get regular blood work because it can affect your liver and your kidneys. I was on.
Yeah, I've been under medical care.
Okay, good, good.
All right.
Yeah, I've had 3 doctors that have taken really good care. It took me a long time to find them. That's probably why it got so bad. I went to like 20 different doctors, and I finally found one that helped me.
Well, in last week we talked about fungal issues for the skin. I slated to probably do internal fungal issues next week, but
Okay.
I'd say that in probably 90% of the people who are dealing with Morgellons and springtails and mites, fungal issues are an issue with about 90% of them. So
I agree.
It's important to deal with all of it at once, not a little bit here and a little bit there. And believe me, as far as skin parasites, until you are working that diet and the diet is working for you, it's all basically a waste of time. That's my opinion. I've only been doing this for 20 years. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion.
I don't think you're wrong. I think you're dead on, really. I mean, as soon as I alleviated the sugar out of the diet, this was before I read your book or before I even became familiar with you as a person, I stopped eating sugar, and that's what brought it out, and that's what I was fighting, and then no one would believe me, so that's why I started doing the research, and then that's how I found you.
Yeah, sugar is great to get rid of. Hey, but olive oil can be as bad as sugar when you're dealing with skin parasites. It can be as bad, if not worse, than sugar. So that diet is very critical. So thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you keep coming back, and we wish you health. Yes.
Could you give me the breakdown on the eyelid? I got the saline solution and the 5 drops of the ionic minerals, but I didn't get what she was breaking down in the capsules and putting in there.
Okay, there are 3 medications that we order from some people that we're connected with in Mexico. Lufeneron is one of them. Fenbendazole is another one, and nitropyran is the other one. And she opens up the capsules and puts the contents of the capsules and stirs them all together to make a.
I found that interesting. That was a very good tip. I just didn't know where to get those 3 things.
Right.
Do you have them on your website?
No, but when you complete the questionnaire, just email me and I'll send you the questionnaire if you don't have access to it. The recommendations for every human being alive deals with internal parasites. So the recommendations will have a link to their website and where you can order these things.
Thank you.
Keep coming back. Look forward to you becoming one of our coaches in a few months, okay?
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
Same here. Okay, who's next, Chris?
Karen. Hi. I have a kind of a silly question, but anyway, I'm going to ask it anyway. When you use the Diatomaceous Earth and you sprinkle it all over your carpet, does it ruin your vacuum cleaner?
No, not at all. It's a good thing to have in the vacuum cleaner because then any bugs that get in the vacuum cleaner are going to be disintegrated. So no problem. No problem. Just make sure you're using. Just make sure your vacuum bag is one of those HEPA bags, and that all your seals or all the seals in the vacuum cleaner, none of them leak. Because some of them, the seal can leak, and so it just bypasses the vacuum cleaner and just blows some up right back out in the room.
Well, that's not good.
No, so just make
sure
all the seals are
cleaner. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question.
Hi, Richard. I have a comment and I have a question.
Sure.
The comment for the car, I take a bowl, like a large soup bowl, and I put the ammonia and the peppermint in that, and then I just leave it close up the car on these hot days, and the fumes fill the whole car up. And I have 2 vehicles, and I don't go a lot of places, so it can be a couple days between me opening the doors. And once I do that, I have to actually keep the doors open to try and get all the fumes out, and it's been helping immensely.
So, run that by me again. I didn't understand everything you said. What do? You take
like a large size soup bowl.
Soup bowl.
And I fill it with ammonia.
Okay.
And I put about 10, 12 drops of peppermint.
Okay.
And then I just sit it on the floor of the car.
Okay.
And on the hot days, the fumes fill up the car.
All right. So yeah. All right. That's great. That's basically what Robin does with the laundry, putting it in a tote and then covering it and putting the laundry in. And yeah, that's great. Peppermint and ammonia, they work well. Yes.
Oh, and Richard, I forget who texted me. Someone texted me this week, and you know, sometimes when you buy eggs, they come in those plastic egg cartons.
Yes.
They use the plastic egg cartons to create a
barrier. Oh, fantastic!
Barrier.
Yeah.
So that they can put clothes or whatever in the bin and keep the ammonia off of it. I thought that was a brilliant idea.
That's fantastic. We have to add that to the book. Great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Great. Thank you for sharing that. You had a question?
Yes. Has anybody ever been able to successfully move and leave the springtails behind?
No.
Well, it's a challenge, but I don't see why it can't be done. The point is you disinfect everything you remove from your home. And I mean, it depends on how resistant the organisms are that you're dealing with. We've got the electrostatic sprayer, or you can just spray the various disinfectants, Benefect, Metaclean, enzymes. So it can be done. You just have to be meticulous.
I've had people who move after they get clear, put almost everything in storage. I have people who move after they get pretty much 99% clear. They put all their stuff in storage and slowly disinfect it and bring it out. And that seems to be successful, but most of the people, I mean, that's only, if I talked to 20 people, that was maybe 2 people who successfully did it.
Yeah, but
it does help in terms of, you know, it cuts down on the amount of parasitic activity when you move. You're bringing less stuff, you're bringing less furniture, and the house is hopefully not infected to begin with, so that helps tremendously.
So obviously, everything you're going to put in boxes, you're going to either disinfect it with ammonia or something before you put it in the box. You put it in the box. You can put in the menthol crystals, or you can put in the Nubon strips that Robin often talks about. So it's going to be in an environment that's going to be unhospitable to any organisms that may be making the trip. And then furniture, you're going to be spraying it top, bottom, side, and everywhere, you know. Obviously, the electrostatic sprayer is the best thing because, you know, I had real big problem with a leather couch. For 3 months, I couldn't get them out of that couch, out of the footrest. And I sprayed every day, the front top, the bottom, and I just couldn't get them out. And then one day I realized they were not at the top, they weren't at the bottom, they were at the ends in the tuft where the fabric is tufted. I didn't have an electrostatic sprayer at that time, but I had one. If I had one, that wouldn't have been an issue. That would have been done quickly. So if you want the best, you do the electrostatic sprayer. Make sure you get every crevice, every area that those things can be in.
Right. I'm only asking because I have to move in with a friend, and I don't want to infect her.
You're moving in with a friend?
Yeah. I'm moving in with a roommate because I can't afford to stay where I am, and I don't want. She just bought a new house, and I don't want to infect her house.
Well, how far along the journey are you?
my house is so infected I cannot get them clear.
But how about you? How about you? How about your skin? How about you? Are you on the diet?
Oh yes, I'm on the diet, and I found I take a whole bunch of allergy meds. Like I take 5 different allergy meds a day because of my immune disorder. And I found that one of the allergy meds is helping greatly, and I've actually increased that from 2 to 3 times a day, and that's helping me hugely.
Oh, which allergy med is that?
It's an older med that's been around a really long time, and I don't think doctors prescribe it very often anymore. It's called Cyproheptadine.
Okay, so that's over the counter, right?
No, it's prescription.
Prescription.
Yeah, the formal name for it was Pavist, P-A-V-I-S-T. I guess that was the brand name back in the day. But what I get is called Cyproheptadine, and it's made a huge difference in my life.
All right, that's great. So it helped that diet kick in. So you doing 1 bath a day or 2 baths a day? Where are you at on that?
I'm doing a bath every couple of days. Basically, I'm trying to find, I don't have very many foods that I can eat. I have like onions, celery, spinach, beef, and chicken, and tallow, which is the beef version of lard.
Right.
And as I keep trying new foods and failing, I have to go back to square one and start over.
Okay.
So next on the list is zucchini. We'll see how that goes.
Now, are you moving from an apartment or from a house?
I'm moving from a very large old farmhouse, 700 miles halfway across the nation.
Well, now the question is the house sick? Where are the organisms coming from? Did the house bring them to you, or did you bring them to the house?
No, somebody infected me.
Someone infected you, and you brought it into the house. This old house.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's pretty good in the sense that at least the house isn't going to be necessarily contributing an issue. You just need to make sure that you have taken care of yourself as much as you can, because you can contaminate this new house as easily as any of your furnishings can.
Right. I don't plan on bringing any furnishings with me. I'm taking as very little as possible, and I'm going to keep it all in storage. So
okay.
It's just a matter.
Well, then,
but
you need to make sure that when you get to the new house that you have your own facilities in terms of your own bathroom and your own space that you can keep control of.
Okay.
Your own kitchen, if possible. Does the person you're moving in with know that you have an issue?
Yes, she knows. Yes.
All right. Well, then that's good. Then and she's willing to work with you.
Yeah, she likes to take in broken people and help fix them.
All right, so she's not going to be calling you nuts and crazy if you go around spraying ammonia or something like that.
No, she already knows that I fought out of ammonia.
Okay, well then that's great. It looks like you're going to do fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to thank you first for your book. I've been slowly reading it, having a hard time retaining, but I have started the diet. But I have, a bad living situation. The house is totally infested. I live with actually my mother, and she's a hoarder. And she had a tenant that was in the basement. She moved just a few months ago, and she was a hoarder with 3 cats. So I have many diseases caused by the parasites. This has really been going on for 20 years. Started with seizures, and it was in the house, I believe, when the house was bought. But sorry, it's kind of complex, but I was having seizures and stuff. But it was in 2013 I got ringing in my ears. I know now that it's parasites, and I did have surgery in one ear, but it's back, and I have the ringing 24/7, and they won't even touch me to do surgery again. But then in 2014, I dropped 50 pounds from severe nausea, had bloat, pressure, trouble breathing, and I still struggle with that today. And then about just 2 years ago is when I got records from my doctor. After I went in to see her, I had grown little things, which I now know is Morgellons. I still have them now, little bangs, and they suck back in right before your eyes. It's really creepy, and then they'll grow right back out. My cheeks are like a man's beard. It's really very disgusting.
Yes.
Even my buttocks collapse because I'm so infested. But doctors, will not help me. And I do know not to mention Morgellons, but I found out through getting records 2 years ago. I saw it on it, and that's when I looked it up. I thought I had, skin parasites, and I realized, I put it all together, the hair growing. But, everything is infested. Our food is infested. I don't need to even video it or take pictures. It just falls apart. If you have anything solid, yogurt, I'm not going to be eating that now, but you would crunch into shells.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know what to do.
You've given me a lot of history. Excuse me for a moment. And
Yeah.
you're living in an infested house. Is this house? You said something about a hoarder. Is this person still there? Is it still hoarding going on?
Yes, it's my mother's house. It's not an option to move, or I absolutely.
Your mother is the hoarder?
Correct.
Okay, and do you have your own living space, your own bathroom, your own bedroom?
Yes.
All right. Your own kitchen?
No.
No. So the kitchen is all full of stuff, hoarded, full of stuff?
Well, the kitchen's pretty good. The kitchen is good. It's mainly now it's her upstairs bedroom, which she can't use.
Now, did you say something about cats?
Well, she had a tenant for 15 years that was in the basement. She did have 3 cats.
Are the cats still there?
No, they're not. But the issue
all right,
is
so you're
living in through the vents.
You're living with your mother. She's a hoarder. You do have your own bedroom. You have your own bathroom. The kitchen isn't a bad place. Are you able to disinfect the areas?
Yes. But I don't find that it's helping. And I'm new to the book.
I have more questions. So you're able to disinfect the areas. So we don't care about whether it's helping now or not. Are you on the diet?
Yes.
And has it kicked in for you?
Very slowly. I'm noticing changes.
It's kicking in, and you're starting to notice less activity.
Correct.
Okay, fine. Well, you're on the right path. Now, are you doing the bathing 3 times a day to clean your skin?
Well, that's a huge issue. Her water is infested. She was told that she needed to take care of it because it's city water, and she has not. Yeah,
it's city water,
it's a
and
very serious problem.
Well,
I don't have clean water.
To bathe, you can disinfect the water with pool shock.
Okay.
All right, you can. Pool shock is a disinfectant. You can buy a gallon of it at a pool place for about $8. You can put about 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces in a bathtub, and that will serve to disinfect the water. It will serve to also disinfect the organisms as they are exiting from your skin, and you can use the Nature's Gift debriding soap, or if you're just using Epsom salts or stuff like that, then you're going to have to use higher temperature or hotter water to get results.
Okay, that sounds good.
So
I will do that.
So sit back, make some notes. Number one, make sure the diet continues kicking in. Number two, to get 3 baths a day with, use Pool Shock or some. Chapter 3's got a whole bunch of disinfectants, but Pool Shock is one of the least expensive, easy to use. It's like bathing in bleach, and it's not going to be friendly to your skin necessarily, but it's going to disinfect, and it's inexpensive.
Okay.
And then use ammonia to disinfect your surroundings to as much as you possibly can. Now, when you disinfect your bedding, are you bothered when you sleep?
Very much so. I go to a
All right. Well, have you put your mattress and box springs in a vinyl zipper bag?
Yes, I did do that.
Great. So now you have a laundry facility. You have control of your laundry.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to launder your clothing and use ammonia in the laundry. If you need to pre-soak, you can use a tote. And we just Robin shared that someone found that if you use these plastic egg cartons, you can put in the bottom. The idea is to put ammonia in the bottom. You don't have to have the clothing wet. It's the fumes that do the work. So the less the clothes that are in contact with the liquid, the longer the liquid's going to last, okay? So you put it in a tote. You cover the tote with the top. You let the laundry sit in there a few hours, 3-4 hours perhaps. You put it into the washing machine. You can use ammonia there too, or you can use borax there, and then you put it in the dryer, and you put ammonia in the dryer with maybe some peppermint oil. Someone had mentioned earlier using ammonia in a bowl with peppermint oil in the car. You can put a few dropperfuls of peppermint into your ammonia, and then put about 1/3 of a cup or 1/2 a cup of that on a towel or something absorbent in the dryer to keep it. Then when you take it out of the dryer, put it in disinfected zipper-like bags. You can put in menthol crystals or Nuvon strips to keep the clothing, the sheets and everything disinfected until you're using them. And when you put it on the bed, spray the bed first with ammonia, and then put on the first sheet, and then spray that sheet, and then put on the next sheet, and then spray that sheet, and then put on the cover, so that everything will be a lot of fumes in there. And that should give you a good night's sleep. If you take a shower, the bath, and have yourself ready and clean, that should be a way to go. Now make sure that in the bathroom, make sure that you're disinfecting around the toilet where you sit, all around the toilet, the base. Make sure that where you stand at the counters, there's a recess where your feet go down below. Make sure that's all disinfected. They get in there, and they can jump down onto your toes and feet. Make sure all of the drains are disinfected. Pour down 1 ounce or 2 of ammonia in every drain every day. Every day.
Okay.
So Chapter 3 has got a lot of information. Make sure you're a master of all that information in there. There's a lot to do.
Right. There is.
You do all this, and be very meticulous about it, and you can be one of our coaches in 6 months.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much. That was so helpful. One question. Does it make a difference if you use the clear white ammonia? I know there's yellow and the just clear. Does it matter?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
you know, I don't think it matters. I think, what is it, lemon-scented ammonia? Is that what they do? And it's colored. Lemon's good.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to make sure I did it correct.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. That was so
Thank you.
helpful.
Keep coming back. Keep
Okay.
coming back. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
I don't know for sure if I have Morgellons. I think I do, but I'm wondering, how do I self-test? How can I figure it out?
Well, number one, if you have any filaments or filaments growing from your skin that are different colors, could be white, red, blue, yellow, that's a telltale sign. According to Dr. Saverly in her book, Morgellons, The Legitimization of a Disease. Now, the filaments can be very tiny. They could be microscopic, in which case you're not going to see them. But generally, you're going to see fuzz-like, lint-like balls in your clothing and bedding that don't necessarily belong there. That's a telltale sign that
there isn't like a specific, like the alcohol, spit in the alcohol, or the spit in the something thing, and because from my symptoms that I have, I think I have it. I mean, it's been over about 30 years that the things have been occurring, and then somebody telling me about Morgellons,
Wait a minute.
Well, that's it.
Wait a minute. You first asked if you have Morgellons, so I told you how that determines if you have Morgellons.
That must. Okay, then I probably do, because of all the things that I've seen in videos, which could be it. I got a lot of stuff going on. So I think probably I do have it. I've been believing it, but I just wondered if there was a specific...
I mean, it's either you do or you don't. You either have a filament and you find the fuzz-like things, or you don't. Either or...
I've seen things, not lately, because things have changed, but I remember the filaments. There's all kinds of... weird, like octagon-shaped things under my skin.
Well, the octagon things and all this other stuff that people have nothing to do with Morgellons.
Oh, I thought that was Morgellons.
Nothing.
What about the little metallic things?
No, these things often show up with people who have Morgellons, but they are not Morgellons.
Okay.
Morgellons is only
so it's just the filaments.
Filaments. That's only what Morgellons is. All that other stuff is stuff. Okay?
I get it. Can I don't know if this also is a filament. I have Trichotillomania, and so I've periodically gone through this stuff where I've pulled a lot of hair out. So then after it had grown back, because it grew back like whitish. But now all of a sudden, what used to be gray hair is coming back in thick and way black. I've never had black hair. Why would I all of a sudden start growing black hair? I'm 51, and it doesn't even break, and it's like alien hairs. Are those also a type of filament?
Well, I can't answer those questions.
I
don't know what's happening. Filaments and fibers. Now, there are a couple other ways to find out if you have Morgellons. Number one, if you take a bath with our Nature's Gift deep cleaning, after you get out of the bathtub, you're going to find debris all around your bathtub. That's a good indication that you have Morgellons. Debris.
And I can get that at the store?
What's that?
Where do I buy that?
Oh, the Nature's Gift you get from our store.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, so that's theorganicskincare.com. Now, there's another way. Robin, you want to share how she can tell, by rubbing her skin with the Nature's Gift and what's going to happen? You want to share that, Robin?
Sure. So you take you take the bath, and then, soak with the Nature's Gift and peppermint oil and apple cider vinegar and Epsom salts. And then you rinse off, and you put Nature's Gift all over your body, head to foot, and you rub it in. You wait 5 minutes, rinse it off again, and then you do it again. You rub Nature's Gift all over your body and let it air dry. Then you take a lint roller, rub your skin, and look at the lint roller under a very strong magnifying glass. If you see fibers, that's Morgellons.
Okay.
Okay, so this is recorded, so you can always listen to it again to get it right. So filaments and fibers mean you have Morgellons. Now, on the internet, you see all kinds of weird pictures and triangular-shaped things, hexagonal-shaped things, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're often affiliated with people who have Morgellons. but they are not Morgellons. We don't know what they are.
That makes sense.
They are not Morgellons. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You can complete
that.
You can complete the questionnaire. If you don't have access to it, just email me and I'll send you the questionnaire, and I'll evaluate it and give you an A to Z education as to what you may be dealing with, and then complete the protocol in dealing with it. Set a recommendation.
Oh. Okay. Where do I get your email from?
How did you learn about this program today?
I saw something for the soap, and I think it was a video I saw for the soap, and then I contacted the website. I don't remember what it was.
So you got an email from us?
No, I got a phone call. No, that was it. That was it. An email. An email. Oh. So that's the email.
You got a phone call from Ethel?
I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, that's Ethel. Well, return the email to me. Any email you get from us, and apparently you've gotten a couple of them, just hit the return key and say request questionnaire, and I'll be glad to send it out to you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Keep coming back.
Okay, I will.
We're here. We're here for one. You know, getting your life back is not a walk in the park. It's work. And you say, oh, I don't want to work. But damn it, you've already done a lot of work. I mean, some of you have had Morgellons and skin parasites for years. And you've worked and you've done tried this and you've tried that. And that's work. And you've disinfected and gotten nowhere. This is work with an end result. You put in the hours. You follow the protocol. You follow the directions. And there's life at the end of the tunnel. You'll get your life back. You won't be on a diet forever. You'll go to stage 3. You'll get to where I am, where I eat whatever I want, except I can't have strawberries every day for the whole summer, and I can't have watermelon 7 days a week. But I can eat watermelon, I can eat strawberries, I can eat anything I want.